Hello guys, welcome back. Very fast, quick as a lightning, with the speed of light of 3 times 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. Oh my gosh. Okay, going back to the discussion. That was formulas and equations presentation, how to compute the force, right? But now I'm gonna relate the theory. Theories, what are the types of forces? Okay, like that. Types of forces. Okay, in our elementary level, if you can remember, our teachers taught us force is the push or pull, like that, right? Force is a push or pull to the object. When you push, then positive force. When you pull, negative force because away from the object, something like that. Okay, negative and positive. So that was in, I think, grade 3, grade 5, elementary level. Okay, when we are in the high school, there's also physics there, but not really that, it's just simpler, not yet very, complicated compared to college. Okay, the force there is just gonna be the force, static force, frictional force, applied force, like that. Okay? But then in college, sumina na talaga siya guys. Nakakaloka. Okay? Like that. So, number 1, okay? Force. Okay, we have the, okay, applied force. Applied force. So usually this can be done through pushing, right? Applied force through pushing, and then you can say also through raising an object, raising, like that. Okay, what else? Yes, because stretching, lowering, and pulling is not applied because it's negative. Okay, so only for applied forces are pushing, raising, moving, that you will apply a force. Like that, if I will bring this one, or I will apply the force towards me. Meaning to say, positive, not negative. Okay, huwag man ako gilabay. Charot! Okay? So it's gonna be like that. So applied force is also known as input force for other books. In physics book. Okay? Input force. Okay? What else? Sometimes they will refer that also as, initial force. But the sikat siya is applied force, okay? And then basically, applied force is really a contact force. You need to do the contact so that it will move. Okay, once you have the force, it will have the speed and the velocity. And then after that, you will cover a distance. That's the complete package of how to understand force. Again, if you have an applied force, automatic, you'll be able to deliver a covered distance with a vertical or horizontal or perpendicular, and automatically you'll be able also to achieve a specific speed or velocity. Okay, like that. So there's motion out of it. Okay, after applying the force. Okay, number 2. Hindi tayo mag-drawing kasi sayo naman siya. Okay, number 2, we have the, if you have the applied force, and the second force is very sikat in engineering mechanics and strength of the materials, right? We have the tension force. Tension, stresses, like that, like just like I'm making a bridge. You have to create a free body diagram of your forces. Where could it be directed? Up, down, right, left, and your basis will be your centroid. Central of gravity. So all the forces there will be concentrated there so that there will be no bending of your foundation. If you are creating and building and constructing a bridge, something like that, okay? That is tension force. Okay, ganon. Okay, I need to draw so that you can understand it like this. If this is Sotero, okay, I will bring this block going to that place, and this gonna be, I'll be able to have a tension force. Okay, ganon. Meaning I'm away to the object and I have to bring that there. So that's a tension force. Okay? So it's gonna be, the same direction with the applied force, but it's not pushing, it's not applying like that. Okay? Get the point? It's away. Okay, this tension force. Guys, this is very popular in civil engineering. Okay, tension, stresses, like that, center of gravity, Motion na pero studyhan na per me guys sa mga anak. Okay, so strength of the materials. Something like that. Okay? Number 3, mga palangga kinitad. Okay, we have also the normal force. Okay, normal force, mga palangga. Okay, ganon. So, what's really a normal force, pero? Okay, normal force ay kumpiyansa because per minute siya magligawas siya sa board exam. Okay, this I remember. Okay, like that, based on my memory recall. Charot! Okay, so we have like this. If this is an object, okay, and this is Sotero having an applied force. Always Sotero is the example because nothing else here. Charot. Okay, so applied force is equals to Sotero delivered an applied force, and after that we have also the normal force, mga palangga kung hitad. The normal force, mga palangga kung hitad, is going up. Remember, the direction of the normal force is arrow pointed up always, okay? Meaning it is perpendicular to the weight of the object, okay? Because the weight of the object is directed downward because, the masses will be concentrated downward, okay? By natural, something like that. So, of course, your normal force will opposite to the weight of the object. It's gonna be normal force. Ganon. So, mga palangga, ang imong weight, okay? Your weight here going downward, weight of the backs or object, as I mentioned a while ago, this is the mass times the acceleration due to gravity. So, this weight is also your force downward. Okay? Like that. So it's gonna be called as weight force. Some of the books call this a weight force, some also call this as a gravity force. It depends on you as long as it is directed downward. Because the gravity will speak because there's a gravity in the formula. This G. Okay? Okay, the difference between acceleration A and acceleration due to gravity is not the same because acceleration can be applied whether diagonal, like that, horizontal, but never vertical. But this G, acceleration to gravity, is always vertical, pointing downward. Imagine, pointing downward, okay? Like that, okay? So it's gonna be, weight force is also mass of the object times the acceleration due to gravity. It's always in opposite direction of your normal force. Take a look here. The arrow pointing upward and the arrow pointing downward. So it's gonna be canceling the direction. So it's gonna be equal to 0. Okay, something like that. Okay, now what's happening here? Okay, muna siya imong buhaton na formula. Okay, so automatic, we have the normal force, and we have also the weight force. Okay, let's erase the drawing. Okay, weight force or gravity force, but I preferred weight force so that I can understand very well. Okay, weight force. Okay, something like that. So this is very common, guys. Because calculate the force, blah blah blah, so and so with the mass like that, blah blah blah. It's always coming out in the examination, especially in basic science in high school. Okay, something like sometimes also can be a statement. For example, how much you weigh when you are in the earth compared when you are in the moon. Do you have equal weight? So this can prove also this formula. Okay, which you feel you are, very having a high weight if you are on the moon, if you are on the earth. Take a look. There's a gravity difference there. Okay, so you can easily troubleshoot. Okay, number 5. What else mga palangga kung hitad? Now, if we have, let's say, Sotero again, push the object, okay, like that, and then, somewhere along the way, the surface of the floor is not soft. Meaning to say, there's a lot of rough surface, R-O-U-G-H. So, if it is a rough, the friction increases. Meaning, there's a resistance force that will try to oppose your applied force. Then you cannot move easily the object right away to cover a certain distance. But it's very hard to push something like that. Apart from the weight, of course, the friction. Okay, it will not slide easily or normally. So you need to exert more force in moving the object that was placed in the raft surface or in the raft floor. The point is because of friction. Friction is a resistance force, okay? Opposing force to the applied force. It's gonna be like that. So, then you have to say the equal for this is the Fs. Unsa man ang Fs Sotero? Oh, that is a fractional static force. Okay? Like that. Okay, fractional static force. Okay, ganon. So in order to move, you need to have higher applied force compared to your fractional static force, or else it will never move. Get the point? Okay, fractional static force. Okay, ganon. Okay, now we have also another one is, again, Sotero, push the object, and then it moves, right? So if it is moves, the fractional static force becoming less, until it will become zero. So I have to say that Sotero delivered applied force greater than the fractional static force, so that the object will move forward or any direction you wanted to be able to target. Wow, target talaga. Okay, ganon. So the applied force greater than the fractional force. We have the kinetic friction force, or the kinetic lang siya. It would be better. Kinetic force. Okay. We have the fractional static force and we have the kinetic force, meaning movement. Okay. So what is the definition of kinetic energy? It's derived from kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is an energy at motion. Potential energy is an energy at rest. Something like kinetic energy is equals to 1/2 mv squared, mass of the object and the velocity raised to the power 2. Something like that. So you can connect that to your option when you complete the problem related to kinetic force okay, of the object. Number 6 na siya. So we need to go to number 7. Okay, what? Okay, 7 mga palangga kong hitad. Charot. Okay. 7. Long-range forces composed of, okay, dili na siya complicated guys, nakakaloka. Okay, we have the gravitational force. Okay, we have the electrostatic force. Kakaloka. We have the electric force. Okay, we have the nuclear force. A lot. We have the magnetic force. We have the electromagnetic force. Too much. We have the radiation forces. Long range of forces composed of, okay, gravitational force, electrostatic force, electric force, okay, nuclear force, radiation force, gravitational force. There's around 6, right? 7, magnetic force. So 7 plus 6, 13 forces. Okay? In physics alone, right? How about in chemistry? We have also forces in chemistry. For example, dipole-dipole forces through London dispersion forces and van der Waals forces. Intermolecular forces composed of intermolecular attractive force and intermolecular attractive force and intermolecular repulsive force. Okay, ganon. And then intramolecular force composed also of intramolecular attractive force and intra-repulsive force. So there's and then another force also, Debye force and cosine force. What is the Debye force? The Debye force is the permanent dipole magnetic force, and then your cosine force is the temporary induced dipole force. So how many? So there's oh my god, nakakaloka na. So 13, 14, 15, like that, chuba chucho, 16, 17, oh nakakaloka. 18 forces around us, okay? So you need to familiarize 18 forces, then your score in your board examination related to physics is an advantage. Okay? Get the point? Because namundo ka points, because you maximize the theories and equations and formulas. Okay? Like the types of forces. So this way of telling you guys, I've been practicing this when I was in college. Okay? So it's gonna be like that. It's not enough for me for the classroom instruction. I really need go to exert effort, okay, outside from the classroom instruction. So that I can easily understand and add more, something like that, okay? You get the point, mga palangga? Okay? Any questions so far? Before going to the problem solving, okay? You get the point? We will go to problem solving or not yet. Nakakaloka. Okay, we will be touching also a little bit with magnetic field, electric field, so related to electricity. For example, if there's a current in a wire, something like that, what is responsible for the magnetic field? Okay, what is responsible of electric field? And you have to understand what's going on, like that, the orientation of the electrons, okay, the flow of the electrons. So what's responsible for what? There is a magnetism for that, or magnet for that, due to polarity, blah blah blah, so and so, and then a whole lot more. Any questions so far? Comment down below in the comment section, and you can like this video if you want. You can share, okay, also, and you can subscribe to the channel, and then you can click the notification bell for some news updates of I Am a Singer, Eternal Voice. Okay, bye bye. God bless. Walang katapusan. Di matabang ay daghang topics. Di matabang. Abtan tag siyam